Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Fiona and I love all things arty. And in today's video I am sharing with you this paint by numbers that I did this week. I ordered it from Temu and it did come folded up, which is a bit annoying because it is hard to get those creases out. And as you can see, I'm putting a tea towel over the top and trying my best to iron, and the creases didn't actually all come out. I have framed it now, so fingers crossed it does flatten over time. And I have had good luck with Temu in the past, but this particular canvas was quite thinner than anything I've used before, so I wasn't too happy with it. I do go over it with some clear gesso, as you just saw, and that just fills in all the gaps and prevents any, too many white dots showing through. Now what I do to start with is I follow the numbers, and this is my chance to just unwind. You don't have to think much. You literally just paint the numbers, from the little pots onto the canvas. And yeah, this is where you just unwind and put some music on or a podcast. And I don't worry too much about the tiny little numbers. I just go over the bigger pieces because I use this as my first coat. So it's like my base. And as you're going to see soon, I do go over it quite a bit. And paint by numbers for me has been a bit of an addiction since my mum bought one of Rose's that she couldn't be bothered doing and passed it my way, so I gave it a go, and ever since I have been totally hooked. If anyone else out there does paint by numbers, you'll probably know what I'm talking about. It's just so relaxing and then satisfying to see the end result. And here I am just going over the big pieces, not being too careful, staying in the lines, and she's coming together nicely. But with the paint by numbers, the only thing I don't like is how the colour stops dead. Like as you can see on her shoulder there, you've got a block of colour, a block of colour and a block of colour, and to me it just doesn't look natural. And this is where I love to just go in and alter it. That is the finished product according to the instructions, which there's nothing wrong with. It can still look really good. I'm just not satisfied with it. And even her face, it just looks super patchy to me. So this is where I go in and I just blend and blend and blend. And I do, I sort of copy the numbers how they're supposed to be. But then the further in I get, the less I care. And I just go in with what I think should be there. And I also add a bit of water to my brush because the paint that comes with these is quite thick, so the water does help to thin it. Another item that helps to thin it is the acrylic, like a paint texturizer gloss thing that you can mix with the paint. I think Kmart sells it, and it just helps to thin that paint and give it a bit of a gloss effect, which I also did use for this. And then I even went in, I just wasn't getting the results I wanted, so I even went in with a bit of watercolour over the flowers at one stage just to add a bit of different texture and a bit of I wanted that drippy look, like the flowers were dripping, so I let the watercolour drip a bit. And I really wanted to focus most of my effort into her face. I thought if I can get her face looking as natural as possible, then the flowers can almost be a bit abstract in the background if need be. So yeah, taking a bit extra care with her face at this stage. Let me know in the comments down below, have you ever altered a paint by numbers, or do you strictly go by the instructions on the canvas? For me, I always alter them a little bit. I'm by no means a painter at all, but I'm just still learning. I'm more into drawing, and it is almost like a fun way to learn how to paint. You just start getting the feel for it more and more, and you just start building that confidence and seeing what you can come up with. be honest, this girl was a bit of a challenge. I just could not get these colours right. I kept going over them and over them. And I don't know if it was the canvas or the quality of the paints that were just sort of not working for me. That's why I went in with, I've got some better quality watercolours from the actual art shop, and they, I think, did make a bit more of a difference. And I'm just trying to add highlights, and there's so many layers on this picture. Like she really challenged me. Her face turned out okay, but for some reason those flowers were really challenging. So towards the end there, I was even going totally against the colour scheme, but I was quite happy with how she turned out. She was hard work, this one, but definitely worth it, I think. And here is the final result. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.